Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, a Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven.
My name is Jerry.
Let's move to linebacker.
Oh, yes, finally, linebacker, the saving grace of all the Panthers teams of all time. Oh, wait. Not this year.
Now, of course, Luke Kuechly heading up their linebacker core, right, Jerry?
Don't bring tears to my eyes. It's late.
Yeah, that's the big hole that you're going to see this season.
It's the hole in the defense, and it's a hole in my heart. So starting off, Shaq Thompson. Starter, got paid big money. So, good player. Hasn't been the leader of the team. Always had Luke and Thomas Davis. You know, when Thomas Davis left last year, Shaq Thompson stepped into his role, played really well. Wasn't expecting Luke to go, so they went ahead and signed Tahir Whitehead from Oakland last year. He's expected to start. Pretty solid guy, except he's really bad in pass coverage.
Yeah, Tahir Whitehead instead of Luke Kuechly is that's about as big a drop off as you can get, I think.
For starters, yeah.
Shaq Thompson, let's talk about him for a minute. I mean, I was happy that they signed him. But in my mind, I was like, all right, he'll be paired with Luke. Luke can, kind of bring him along and he'll be able to watch Luke and learn from Luke and he'll be fine, right? Well, now Luke's not there. Do you have the same confidence in Shaq Thompson that you had when they signed him? Because I don't think I do.
I have the same confidence. Shaq Thompson, in my eyes, is a good player. Luke Kuechly was a great player.
All-time.
By this time, Shaq shouldn't need to lean on somebody. He should be the leader of that group. But at the same time, he's not Luke. He is not that all-pro guy. He's probably not even Thomas Davis. That freakish athlete as so much he was. But
well, that's what I worry about because this is the highest paid player, maybe on our defense. I'd have to go look at the numbers real quick. I don't know how much K1's making. He might be making a little more, but this is the guy. He's going to be expected to be the leader, the person who kind of sets the table. He's the guy that you look to. And I don't know, man. I mean, he's always seemed a little untapped potential maybe, or just never quite there for me. Not as good as Thomas Davis, like you said. And I think for somebody making as much money as he's making, he should be as good as Thomas Davis.
Well, I think this will be the year that he really kind of looks better than he has. Because he's not sitting next to those huge stars in Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. I think maybe those guys casted such a big shadow that maybe it kind of we didn't notice how good he was actually playing.
I hope that's the case. I mean, I hope it's not the case that Luke Kuechly was so good he made up for Shaq Thompson's shortcomings.
Yeah, that's
what
a
I
possibility
worry.
Too.
That's what I worry about.
Now, we've only really mentioned two guys. I want to go ahead and state this, that we're not considering Brian Burns or Marquise Haynes linebackers in this kind of positional breakdown. We're considering more of them as edge rushers, and we're going to fill them in with the defensive line.
Yeah, maybe we even just do a specific edge rusher position because we don't really know what kind of defense they're going to be running here.
Well, Phil Snow has said multiple times that he plans on a 4-3.
Okay.
So, in one mock or depth chart, I see Jermaine Carter as the other starting linebacker when they run that. Which is kind of...
Instead of Whitehead?
Yeah. No. Okay. It'll be Shaq, Whitehead, and Jermaine Carter.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
As a 3. So it'll be interesting. And I think you and I have both had the same idea is Jeremy Chin is such a freakish athlete. He might come down and play nickel. I use that quotes. Nickel corner, but he'd be more kind of like the extra linebacker back there too.
And I mean, honestly, they could also do that with Burns. I think Burns has that ability as well. You just wonder, would they want to take Burns away from doing what he does best, which is rushing from the edge?
I don't know how good he would be in coverage, though. I think
That's
you
true.
definitely want him rushing the passer. If any passing down, if he's out there, you don't want him in coverage as much as you want him rushing the passer.
He's got a linebacker number, 53. So, all right, yeah. So, I mean, Jermaine Carter Jr., he was, a rookie last year, right? He was okay.
Yeah, and then we have Andre
2 years
Smith as
ago.
well.
Yeah, Andre Smith was with the team last year, and he was serviceable.
And then, I can't say this guy's name, Jordan Kunaszyk.
You had the same
he played
problem
some.
with him last
He actually
year.
played pretty good when he got out
Yeah.
there. What?
I said you had the same problem with his name last year.
What? How do you say it?
I don't know. That's fine with me. Kunaszyk?
Kunaszyk. I think that's
Kunaszyk?
actually it. Kunaszyk.
Yeah.
But
he was okay.
yeah. So
And-
another group of after like the first one or two, it's gonna be like, whoo, we'll see how much
Right.
damage they can do. They better show up in training camp. But
That's
again,
that's a theme with this team. Mm-hmm. You know, if we only had to play starters, I think we would be pretty competitive. But through, an NFL season is guys go down, all the time. We've seen it as wrecked seasons for us before. So this is just one of those seasons where we just don't have any depth.
yeah. And it's a lot of the depth isn't proven, you need to say, because a lot of this depth is 1 or 2 year guys or rookie guys that they're waiting to see if they step up. And that's
Yeah.
what they're expecting.
Well, we should mention Christian Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rookie last year. 4th round pick, I think, last year.
Yeah.
And he was out there every once in a while and did okay. He had some flashes.
But will he fit a 4-3? That's the problem. He was more of a 3-4 linebacker.
Yeah.
And that was the problem with us trying to make that switch last year. So we drafted a bunch of guys that fit the 3-4, and now we're going to switch back. But because half of our roster is 4-3, half of it's 3-4.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he did play well when he was out there. I'm not knocking him. Does he fit a linebacker, or does he need to get down to a defensive end?
Yeah, I could see him ended up as a defensive end, honestly.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe you put him out there as a traditional linebacker. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know how good he is in coverage. I think that'll be that seems to be a lot of these guys' deficiency is coverage. So, I mean, and then after
because
that,
our
really,
secondary is super strong, so they can make up for the.
don't worry, we'll get to the secondary. After all those guys, it's rookies, right? Jordan Mack, Sam Franklin, David Reese, Chris Orr,
Yeah.
Jason Ferris. These guys who I think all of these guys are undrafted free agents, so probably won't make the team. Although some of them probably will because we just don't have a ton of depth.
Yeah.
You hope one of them pops. So overall, linebacker core, how do you feel? That's how I feel too.
All right, if we're gonna go to the grading scale, I'd say D, maybe D plus.
Shaq Thompson is by far our, quote unquote best linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And he at best is a B. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody
I could say
else
maybe B plus, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, he's not an A,
No.
right? He's not among the top 10 linebackers in the league. I think that's a problem. That's a real problem. We're gonna have a big issue in the middle of our defense, I think.
Yeah.
The middle and the the middle and the backside of our defense, we're gonna have real issues with. So that front four better be really good.
The fans, and myself included in this, are just so used to the linebacking core being good that we've been harping on the corners and everything and didn't realize how bad the linebacking core really is. And I think it's scary bad. Like, a D can get demolished in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, we just have to hope that our line is good enough to get so much pressure that, and Jeremy Chin could be a revelation at one of these spots. I mean, he's going to be the guy that's all over the place. So, who knows? Jeremy Chin could end up being that roving linebacker, outside linebacker that just changes the defense. Yeah. He really could be.
Or one of these younger guys, 1 or 2 year guys, Jermaine Carter, Andre Smith, Christian Miller, Jordan Kunaszyk.
Did you just have a stroke? Are you okay? Do you smell toast?
Kunaszyk.
Yeah. Kunaszyk, yeah. I mean, Chin is listed as a safety, but he has said, and I think Matt Rule also has said, that they expect him to sort of be positionless. So he could very easily end up playing a lot of linebacker, especially if it's as bad as we think it's going to be.
Yeah.
They may need him there.
And they also drafted Kenny Robinson for safety. They had Justin how do you say his name? Is it Burris? Yes, Justin Burris. So I feel like safety's in a better position than linebacker, that if they need him more at linebacker, they can.
Yeah, I think when we talk about safety, we're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun, and sort of depressing to talk about those two positions.
Hey. Football is on its way. It is on its way.
Training camp, training camp is starting. It's a bummer that we can't go.
Yeah, we can't go this year.
This will be the first year that I haven't gone in 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
I took my 2-year-old son last year, and it was a blast, and I was really looking forward to doing that again. Oh well.
Such is life. But do you have any last things to say on this episode?
Yes, I do actually. We have a 5-star review on iTunes.
Sweet.
From Leo JM2. This was on Monday. I'm new to the Carolinas. I recently became a diehard Panthers fan. These guys are my go-to source of information to keep up with the team. They're always informative, entertaining, and never too long-winded. Keep up the great work. Thank you. We appreciate that. If you want your 5-star review read on the show, then just go to Apple iTunes and drop us one. We appreciate it. It helps us out. Makes more people see the show and listen to the show. So also check out our YouTube. Jerry does a really good job on our YouTube channel, cutting together some of the most entertaining and informative bits. So check that out.
Yeah, I try to just grab a segment or two and just kind of put them together with some images and try to not make them long, but it's not the whole podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at MeowMix Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at mailbag@meowmixpodcast.com.
We'll be back probably next week.
Yeah, definitely next week.
Maybe another interview. We'll see. And we'll be talking some training camp, I think.
Yep. 1 year anniversary week. Woo!
Woohoo! Yeah, Wednesday.
Yep.
Wednesday is our anniversary. So we'll I don't know if we're going to get an episode out Wednesday, but we'll definitely have one out by the end of next week.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Until then, keep pounding.